Well, 'tis the season, October the 2nd. We picked up the grapes and came right home and started grinding them. Zinfandel and Cabernet, 25 cases of each. A lot of work. So we had two of my good helpers. They're 13 years old. One is Vince Peak, the other is Chad Digert. And we went through 25 cases in 20 minutes with that modern day destemmer. So we'd do one case at a time and they'd dump it. I'd pour them in and watch them get the leaves out, and they would, there they are helping. They're good workers. Boy, they surprised me. They're really good work. That's the trick right there. You slide the other barrel in, you take over. So we do one at a time, and they dump it into the big barrels and get ready for fermentation. Good workers. A lot of muscle there. That gets to be heavy after a while. It's called a destemmer, so the stems go one way and all the pulp and everything, the juice goes another way. It's the same principle in we have a tomato machine where you make a sauce. You grind the same thing, the skins come out one way and the pulp goes the other way. Same principle. And we pour it into the large barrel, and we let it set for anywhere from 5 days to 7 days or 8 days, whatever you like. And you have to knock it down every day so the juice gets into the skins stay into the juice, and it adds more color to the wine. And you might knock it down for every day until you decide to take it out. Everyone does it different. I take it out in 5 days, other guys take it out in 7 days, another guy's going to do it in 9 days. So your own preference. And then that ferments, it starts to bubble the next day, it starts to ferment. And then you drain the juice out from the bottom, and then you take all the pulp and put it in a press. The sugar content this year was very good, 26% sugar, which is real high. For California, it's good, but then some people they add a yeast to it, but I didn't. Need to, because it's a natural yeast that comes on the skins themselves, so it just ferments on its own. So there's this chemical free all the way. But you have to have yeast for it to ferment. And fermentation, the way guy explained to me, it's like the old Pac-Man game, where the Pac-Man just starts eating everything up, and that's what it does. The yeast eats up all the sugar until it's full, and then that's what fermentation is. It's interesting how it works. All natural. This is step 2, where you got the big spigots on the bottom. You drain all the juice out. We well, we do. We try not to get one skin in the barrel when we're done, because that causes problems. It clogs up the vent, and sometimes they have a little explosion. Now here's all of our other help. Tony Finnick was there this time to watch us. Gina, that's my granddaughter, actually, and their neighbors, so he came along. And all the other nephews and nieces, grandchildren are there, eating homemade bread and butter. Here's Grant, my boy Frank. This was Monday, so we ground them on Thursday, we pressed them on Monday. About 145 gallons of juice. Of course, I press them pretty good and tight. That's my dad's theory. You don't throw anything away. You don't spill any either. But that is just as sweet as can be, that juice, and it tastes just like that. That's my 100-year-old press, at least 100 years old. Down the line, my dad gave it to me finally. He was, as far as I know, he was the 3rd owner, and I'm the 4th. And my boys say, you keep that for me, so. We pump it from one to another to make sure we have it all skinless. all the pulp is gone. So then you see where we pump it from here. We have a 100-foot hose. It goes right down to the barrel in the basement. Instead of carrying it down in 5-gallon crocks, like we did in the olden days. Here's another helper, McKenna, eating bread. There's Gina.
You guys put your feet down there so they don't slide. Okay?
Here's Ingenuity. That thing weighs a ton. So you just slide it down the ramp there and it's a piece of cake. You couldn't lift it. It's way too heavy. I learned that from an engineer. No, it wasn't my invention.
Strictly for wine, never touch anything.
Can I pump this first?
Oh, you please. Whoever says first is last.
Ray said first.
You said it first, so you're
No, I
last.
didn't.
You're last.
Ha ha. He never helped anyways.
That's my rule. Whoever said I want to do first.
I never got to do that. Yeah, she never helped. Hey, Papa.
That's my shovel. I use it once a year. Just like the olden days when they used boots to stomp on the grapes, they use them once a year. So that's my shovel that I just hang in the corner. Never touched anything but grapes. The trick is to pour it in there and tamp it down so you can get a lot more pulp in there. So that's how you get a heck of a lot more in there when you do that. That's the name of the game. You get as much in there so it's less work. That's the hardest part, is that tamping it down. There they are, tasting their wine, their grape juice.
Who wasn't watching?
There, we spilled some. Oh, Cheech, don't look.
Guys, get out of the way.
Oh, I'm going to call him right now.
Papa, it's over.
Notice.
It's like there.
Hey, Mayor, do that.
It'll still work.
And we got 2 hydraulic jacks that you'll see shortly. Made it a lot easier. There used to be a ratchet on top, and that was manual labor. But with the jacks, it's a piece of cake.
You want one more piece of bread?
When you were little, just like,
Okay?
what am I going to do?
Your portions are making the juice come out. Push them up.
Almost tall enough.
Get in line if you want to do it. I want to do it, but I don't.
You will. Go ahead, I'll hold.
Next, that was McKenna. This is Grant.
Okay.
Good? Okay, Grant.
Hey, Dad, that's getting full.
Down again.
I missed the click, click.
Yeah.
Click, click.
Here comes Sam,
Hi, Sam.
great nephew.
Keep pushing in, too, at the same time.
No bite. None.
Okay. Next. Rotate.
Amazing how much juice you get out of there.
Can I take a bite, Keely? Mom!
Imagine that.
Mom, if you
It's
want
Leah.
You can't be around here, Darren's gonna have wine on you.
Okay.
Gina, I told her I said-
said.
Hey, we have Tony.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
That's it.
No, it's like, whoa. Don't want Wine is their second.
Here's Ashley. She was 9 when we first came up with the Jack's idea. She was the only one there, and she did it all.
Just go home and take the pod.
Let it rest a while.
And there's a pump. We're pumping it down into the second barrels, and Father Time will take over shortly. Starts to ferment again, and we have a hose from the barrel into water, so no air can get back into it. So it just right now it's downstairs bubbling. You can hear it bubbling.
And this is a barrel that's been sitting since last year. And the wine over here is all the wine we took out of the barrels to make room for the new stuff. So it's 2 years old. what we do is we rotate the wine. This is we did last year, so this will sit in the barrel probably a good year, year and a half. Then we transfer them to the glass crocks, and then make room for the new stuff. So it always sits in the oak barrels for at least a year, sometimes two, depends how much wine he drinks. So 10/18 of 07, so that's when we made that 07. It'll still ferment a little bit, and that's an air breather, so air doesn't get back in, but it'll allow the fermented gas to come out.
Yeah, well, like I said earlier, everyone has a different theory, and some believe is, let the first fermentation anywhere from 5 days to 9 days, and everyone has, they combine, a lot of them mix two grapes together. Everyone has their own recipe, and some people don't press them nearly as hard as I do. So everyone's different, and they all say that they make the best wine. So. First time we just take it out, and then we put another batch, a new batch in, and then we take that out and put them both back in. So you press them twice, and sometimes you can press them 3 times.
All that grapes we put in there, down to about 1.5 feet.
That's what I did. It was twice with the first one, Cabernet, and 3 times with the Zinfandel, because I needed more juice. They weren't as juicy. So we just dump it on a tarp and then shovel it back in. Yeah, we've come a long way, because as I said earlier, my dad had his boots hanging in the corner in the basement, and that's the only time he used them, and they stomped on them just like the old I Love Lucy show. That's how they did it, until they modernized it with a grinder, and then we modernized that with a motor on the grinder, and then we had the destemmer, and now we have a hydraulic press, and so it's a lot easier, but it's still hard work, but it's a lot easier to modernize. The ingenuity has changed, but we've come a long way.